Hello and welcome to News Across Nigeria. I'm Imana Amawe. Coming up on the program today, immigration officials stop Senator representing Kogi West Dino Melaye from leaving the country. Yobe State Development Initiative increases tempo on its anti-drugs campaign. And Africa Vaccination Week kicks off in Cross River State. Welcome to the program that brings you news from the length and breadth of Nigeria. The senator representing Kogi West in the National Assembly, Dino Melaye, has been released by the Nigerian Immigration Service after he was held at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, this morning. The senator, who announced his arrest on his Twitter handle, says he was arrested on his way to Morocco on an official assignment sponsored by the federal government. Senator Melaye told Channels Television that immigration officials informed him that he is on the Interpol watch list and cannot be allowed to travel out of Nigeria. Senator Melaye's detention may not be unconnected to his refusal to report at the force headquarters in Lokoja, the Kogi State capital, for questioning. Melaye was indicted by 2 suspected political thugs arrested by the police in possession of guns and ammunition allegedly given to them by the senator. But the senator has denied the allegation and also refused to report at the police headquarters in Lokoja, insisting that he does not feel safe there. And the State High Court in Port Harcourt, the River State capital, has granted a restraining order against the Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, from further publishing the name of the PDP national chairman, Prince Uche Secondus, on his looters list. Though the defendants or their representatives were absent in court, the Chief Judge of the state, Justice Iyayi Lamini Kara, who is presiding over the matter of libel, also asked the plaintiff to serve the defendant with the appropriate notices and adjourn the matter to May the 28th for their argument of the case. Counsel to Mr. Secondus, Emeka Etiaba, explains that the matter is on course.
Prayers are that they should retract the libelous material in as many media as they published it. Payment of 1.5 billion naira to Prince Secondus as damages. The judge has granted a restraining order. We moved our motion seeking interlocutory injunction to restrain the defendants from further publishing the libelous materials. And prayer 1 was granted. Prayer 2 was not granted, because the Honorable Court felt it was at large. But we're very satisfied with Prayer 1, which effectively put a halt to further libel. It was minded to believing that it is at large, that prayer deals with publications that go beyond the one that had the plaintiff's name. So the court felt, no, it is at large, that it shouldn't be granted. And like I said, it's all right, because justice is 2 ways. You know, it is for the defendant, it is for the claimant.
Victims of an alleged arson on Naka community in Gwe West local government area of Benue State are threatening to drag the Nigerian army before the Human Rights Commission for alleged abuse of their rights. The residents want the army to arrest those who burnt down their homes and rendered them homeless, rather than blaming some unidentified hoodlums for the attack. Several houses were burnt and property destroyed in what has been described as a reprisal attack, allegedly by soldiers following the murder of one of their colleagues.
Debris of household items, burnt cars and shattered windows are a sad reminder of last week's arson on Naka town in Benue State. Another sad reminder is the unfortunate killing of a 72-year-old man who was burnt alive in his own house.
And this elderly man was burnt alive. You can see the bones, precisely femur bones and tibia bones.
Destroyed food barns and burnt certificates and documents litter the whole area. The army had in a statement denied any involvement in the attack, putting the blame on some unidentified hoodlums. But the victims disagree as they narrate how soldiers in full army regalia, marked vehicles and guns allegedly burnt down their homes.
So we are in uniform, having military cars with a plate number of Nigerian Army, wearing Nigerian Army uniform, having guns that have Nigerian Army's number. Without being told, I am convinced that these are military officers from Nigerian Army.
I have appealed to the Army to remain calm and give me time to unravel the mystery surrounding the deaths of their personnel. Despite the military provocation, nobody should take law in her or his hands.
A lawmaker representing Gwe West Federal Constituency in the National Assembly wants army authorities to fish out those who allegedly carried out the attack.
One of the witnesses even called the name of an officer, Umaru Isa, that she saw. And I want to make this public to the Nigerian Army. We have a name that we're going to bring before the Human Rights Commission. We have taken this issue to the United Nations Human Rights Commission, to the National Human Rights Commission. We are not letting this matter die down until every member of the military who carried out this act is brought to justice.
How do you know?
The ruins and devastation in Naka is yet another reminder of the recent onslaught on innocent citizens, particularly in Benue State, and also a wake-up call on the concerned authorities to arrest the perpetrators and bring them to justice.
In another development, residents of Dumne communities recently attacked by suspected herdsmen in Song local government area of Adamawa State are appealing to the government to stop the attacks so that they can return to their farms. They are worried that if this does not happen, they may face the danger of starvation.
Dumne community in Adamawa is blessed with a beautiful landscape and well-positioned rocks found around villages. These people have lived for years with the herding and farming communities in Song, Adamawa State. This peace was fractured on the 4th of February this year when crisis broke out between farmers and herdsmen. Today, the people are out to discuss how the peace project will be realized. Traditional leaders, elders, religious leaders, political leaders and civil servants converge on Tinde Laru, one of the communities affected by the attacks. The guest speaker at the event, Dr. Edgar Amos, a stakeholder, advises the elders on the need to guide the youth towards peace building and finding peaceful means of resolving conflict. He stresses the point that conflicts are inevitable in life, but depends on how they are resolved, leading to stronger ties.
It is important to consciously and deliberately work towards building the peace project, building peace amongst ourselves and building peace with those who live among us. I also made a case for government to take the issue of security seriously. The fundamental role of government is to provide security of lives and property.
High point of the event is a prayer session interceding for the return of peace in the land, followed by a symbolic presentation of relief materials such as clothes and food items made to the community for distribution to those affected by the attacks.
The only way we can stay together and survive together is to be united. Whenever we see a threat, let us ensure that we let the authorities know. Let us not take the law into our hands. We want to thank God that we have a government in place. We have laws in the land. And so I want to call on everybody to take what has happened calmly and continue to pray to God to avert future nasty occurrences.
Since 2003, there have been clashes between herdsmen and farmers in Dumne. It is hoped that this event will set the pace for dialogue where disagreements arise, thereby achieving peaceful coexistence among herdsmen and the farming communities.
Still ahead on the program, 2 communities in Kwara State have finally settled their age-long communal differences. Details in a moment.